now with the food work is obviously to get her to the point where her arousal isn't like super high. So it's funny because I haven't given her any instructions yet, but I do kind of want to see what she'll naturally offer if I just kind of walk over towards the placemat and notice how the behaviors that used to be prompted are now default. So that's really good. It tells me that she knows the system. Good. And she also, we've been working on the response to the door. You notice that she didn't bark at the door when I knocked on it earlier. Let me know if she gets up. There's also a reward system. Good. Based on her staying there when the door is knocked. So like the way that I did it before was I would actually knock and then immediately pay. Good. So kind of to interrupt her before she did it. And now there's a trust there that's like she understands that she's going to continue to get paid. So that's what proofing is this idea that there is a physical correction element that dogs just naturally take on. I think I've maybe corrected her once or twice for ever getting out of a position before. But once I did that, she was like, okay, now I have kind of a hook to hang it on, like I know that he could do this. So there is a physical, representation of punishment around this, but there's also a physical manifestation of payment too. So like she knows that that's where she gets paid. So you see how trusting she is of that? Good. And she's offering even higher. She's like, well, what about this? What about this? And that's what I like to see is that there's a trust in the communication system. So there's a physical, a spatial, and more of like a social. Like if she starts getting up and then I just like literally look over at her, then she's going to go, oh shoot, I'm going to go back into the down again, right? So ultimately, what's good about that is the dog has multiple levels of kind of accountability of what she thinks that I can do because of what we've done with the leash, what we've done with spatial pressure, and what we've done with the e-collar. So what's nice is this e-collar, this sport dog collar, gives me the ability to give a lot lower stem, but at that level 1, I can still use it as pressure. So I can still give her like pressure until she offers, but it's aversive. So she wants to turn it off really fast. So it allows me to proof really nicely. So when we've mixed that in the past, it's been really clear to her, like super fast. So what I'm starting to see is she understands that there's a physical, spatial, and a social accountability to no. So I give the no. I lead her back on, and she doesn't get paid because she got up before I released her. And she's starting to now, did you hear that little sigh? She's starting to practice more acceptance of that. Before, like I would pay her for going back into the position one time, but usually I would also punish it too. So now I'm being able to fade out some of my input as I go so that I don't have to constantly mark, reward, correct, pay. There's not all this stuff. So good. So when I'm working on place, the whole purpose of place is to teach the dog how to be still while I'm moving, so that way she starts to practice acceptance at a high level. So that's one of the kind of 4 categories. I know I always have, that T-chart of everything. So the operant conditions look like that. The 4 windows look like that. So do the 4 different movement methods. I want her to be still with me sometimes. I want her to move with me sometimes. I need to move independently of her, and she needs to move independently of me. So that's going to look a little bit different each time. But based on my communication system, if it's really clear, she's only going to move when I ask her to, and she's going to be still when I ask her to. Good. No? Get back over there. Mm-hmm. She's like, you're supposed to be shaping with me right now, and you're not. Good. And then I move forward for payment. There we go. This is also a really good test to see if mom and dad understand the communication system. Abby's like, I'm missing out over here. She's got a little hand hanging out. Good. And notice the good is a nice, calm arousal. So she knows that I'm going to move into her space for payment when I do that. And then as I'm working with heel, I can pull her into a heel at a distance because of this angle right here by giving her the yes marker, which will pull her into my space, and then just luring to a heel. So I'm going to just go, yes. And I'm going to step that left foot back, and she automatically knows to kind of enter into that space. Does that make sense? So heel is, no, get over here. Notice how little that lure was. Good. I'm just going to give you that one. Just the one. Okay, break. You got to wait for me. Heel. And I can start making my loop here a little bit smaller as I go. Good. Good. Notice how she's kind of staying in this little area a lot better. Get it right there. There you go. Break. There you go. Place. Good. So before, place was just getting on the placemat. Then it was getting on the placemat and sitting. Then it was getting on the placemat, sitting, and going into a down. So as I increase my criterion, she realizes I only get paid for the furthest level of offering, if that makes any sense. Good. Very nice.
Yeah, you can definitely see a big difference. We had my little niece over before she'd been all over her. I was like, look what you can do, and like we did some work like this, and she listened really well. I was really impressed.
But you notice how if you use obedience to hold her back from your niece, then it just builds up more frustration.
Yeah, it's like she didn't
but
care about her.
Exactly. She could be out with her and just kind of coexist. And that's the idea, is that I don't use obedience to keep a dog away from people who are family. You know, it's like you should be able to go say hi to them. No. So you notice how now, before I would have had to actually step into her space, now just looking at her and saying no, no, then I turn on that spatial pressure. And you see how if I use too much spatial pressure, it would have pushed her all the way off the mat. Good. That's where I love to use that microcosm of, or excuse me, that analogy of the bullseye, where it has physical, spatial, social pressure, and eventually it's just relational. It almost seems like I'm brain controlling her, but it's because we put in so many reps. Yes. Yes. I'm going to just open up just a tiny bit. I'm opening up that left side and pulling her into a heel. So I'm fading out that lure that was very diligent to shape before, like this. Now I can just kind of open up that left side a little bit. No. Good. Good. I want eye contact here. Good. Very nice. Notice how it's all about the food for her. So I need to make sure that she's also checking in up here. Good. Very nice. And I'll help her out a little bit, giving her a little head tilt here. Good girl. No. She said, what if I just do it again? Good. No. Break. There we go. And I'm not going to pay her again. If she keeps breaking it and then expecting payment for going back into it, I'm going to say no. That's not correct. Place. Now I don't have to move towards place to show her to go to place. No. Mm-hmm. Good. Good. Okay. Very nice. Notice how she tries to get away with sometimes doing a little less. It's not because she's opportunistic or manipulative. It's just because that's what dogs do. You know, like she's just trying to see like how far do I really need to go? You know, it's just reinstilling, coming back to that same point and just being super consistent. Good. So what I do is I'm building essentially a belief system in my consistency. So if I get upset or pissed off because of some stupid obedience thing, I always have to just remember this is all just dog tricks, like. But what's nice about it is that I give her the tools of emotional regulation by showing her that I'm consistent. And it's interesting to see how there is a connection between the two, right? Yes. Heel. This time I'm just going to point, barely opening that left side. Heel. Just a hand lure. No feet movement. Good girl. And my criterion for heel just went up. No. Notice she left heel without me. My criterion goes up to you have to now check in with me too. Up. Nope. Good. That was better. Eye contact there. Break. There we go. Get him. Good girl. Place. Now point. You found it, didn't you? Good. Very nice. And it takes probably about a week to lock in this whole process really nicely where I can fade out my lure, I can give a command or not give a command. I might just literally point at the placemat and she goes there. It's being able to kind of mix that stuff in together is very nice. Good. There we go. And you can start to also read kind of the body language of when she's like, hey, 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 when she tips that head up like that, like, hey, you still with me here? And it's just interesting to see how as I progressively, instead of making these huge leaps and expecting her to just stay for like 5 minutes at a time and then having to punish her, I'm building trust through just the positive aspects. Does that make sense? So yes. Heel. Very nice, mama. Good. Very good. No, she's not concerned. Good. No. No. She left heel, so I'm not now going to raise the criterion here. Good. Good. To where she has to give me eye contact, and she also didn't get paid that much. Break. I'm giving her little punishments with food. That time I just pointed for place. Just kind of mixing in. Sometimes I do it. Good. Very nice. Altering my or alternating my my payment. Good girl. Very nice. I'm just gonna come and pet her with physical touch here. Nice job. That right there is even a victory because used to it'd be she'd flop on the ground and mouth all over my arm. Good. You see how she's giving the appearance that she's a calmer dog because she is. It's like interesting to see that she knows how to kind of manage all of those little micro movements and excitements and everything, arousal explosions. Millie, come. Yes. Heel. Good. Very nice. Get it. Get it. Break. Place. Good. And notice that she realizes I can be happy without being neurotic. It's like the two don't have to go hand in hand. Yes. Good. Mix it up a little bit. Break. Heel. Come on. A little bit further. Good girl. Good. Get it. Heel. You gotta chew it. No. Good. There we go. Break. Heel. Good. Place. Good. Very nice. And I'm just going to run a quick monkey drill on her. Sit. Good. Down. Good.
Usually they're when the kids are fighting each other.
What is it doing?
They make announcements on their little Alexa and everyone.
Oh, yeah?
He's like, Sophia pushed me.
Sit. Good.
Oh, really?
Yep, it's Pops. No. No. Good. Get it, get it. Good girl. Hey, hey, how's it going? All right. Good. Sit. Good. Good. Good.
That's how I took it. That's exactly how I took it.
Nah. No. Good. Down.
Oh my gosh.
Good. Good.
What? I'm done.
Yes. Yes.
She didn't even go to the. She didn't care about the door, huh?
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Get it. Get it. Right here. Did y'all ever take those sour bitters, like black seed bitters before? Oh, God. Sour sop bitters. Oh, they're so terrible. It is horrible. Good.
Like anti-inflammatories and steroid or whatever.
Yep. Good girl. No. Good. Good. Nice job staying in a sit there. That was good. All right. I'm going to wash my hands real quick, and then we're going to do our little structured walk and change gears. All done, girl. Good girl. The metal one or not? Making a mess over here.
Probably looking at the drawer with tools there. I looked in there, but I did not see one. I want to ask.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
The flagpole one? Yeah.
Okay. Let's go for our walkie. Are you excited? Yeah. It looks like it might rain a little. It might. It's possible. All right, I'll get our long leash ready here. I know. I'm so happy for you. You're being a very good girl. You're being very good. All right. I'm just going to let you out here. Let you leash drag for a second. Nice job. No. No. There you go. All right, now we're going to do a little structured walk. Go pee pee. Good girl. Hi. Hi, love. You ready? Millie, come. Yes. Hi. Good girl. Millie, come. Yes. Good girl. Millie, come. Yes, hi. Hi, love. What's she doing, little stinker? It's a good girl. Yeah. Hi. That's good. You're so calm. I love it. Makes me so happy. Yes. Yeah. Look at those floppy ears. You got so many little scratches on you from Abby. All right, you want to do a little walkie? Let's work. Abby, come. You need to go poo poo? Is that why you're acting funny? You need to go poop? You trying to go poop real quick? You go poop? I'll go ahead and put the stuff up real fast since you're sniffing around to go potty. Abigail is keeping you crazy. All right, come here, Amelia. Yeah. You're gravitating really good. You notice how I'm not really making a formal effort to keep her in any sort of position either. I kind of want to see cars go by and let her, yeah, hi. Let her just kind of experience just being off the leash here. You see the cars? Yeah, good girl. Nice job. Yes. Just kind of a 10-foot little gravitation here. Good job, Mama. What do you think, huh? Uh-uh. There you go. What do you hear? You hear the flag? Yeah. Okay. Abby, come. Or Abby. Amelia, come. Good girl. I'm sorry. I called you your sister's name, didn't I? There we go. All right, sit. Just going to do some light pressure here. Good. Nice job. Just seemed so much better emotional regulation. All right, so I'm going to go straight to phase 2 and just start moving around. Instead of saying the let's go, I'm just going to let her find her little correction. Notice how she's so much less aroused. She just seems to be just doing overall incredibly well. Just so much more, just being able to release that crazy energy. It's an existential or a systemic type of change that happens over about a 2-week period. Where are you barking at? Not that it matters, but oh, she's barking at the neighbor who has something out in the backyard. Just doing some light turnabouts here. Good. Now we're going to go to phase 3. We're going to give her little pops here. Little pops. Uncle Matt needs his sunglasses because my eyes are super sensitive. Easy, girl. Very nice. We're going to come to a stop right here. A little bit of pressure. Very nice. My glasses are disgusting. I don't see anything. I see a car pulling out. I don't know what you're freaking out about. It's literally nothing is happening. You see the reflection? Yeah. See some friends? No. Yeah. We're just kind of hanging out here. You don't need to bark at anything. I don't need to bark at you either. Easy. Good. Easy. There we go. Nice job. All right. Now we're gonna put you in a sit and do a little bit of proofing here. No. I'm gonna drop this leash down. We're gonna do a little implied stay. I'm gonna turn my body towards her to communicate that I don't want her moving here. And if she does, I'll just say no and give her a leash pop. And I'll put her right back into position again. Just a little proofing. And while she's doing that, I'm going to untangle the long leash here. I do have a special secret on how to keep your... No? That pop went directly up. So to keep your leash from getting tangled, you go wingspan like this, and you put it over itself like that. Wingspan, 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 again wingspan. And then on this last one, I'm going to take and I'm going to leave a little loop and I'm going to wrap it over itself here. I'm going to stick my leash through that little loop. And then I can take and I can hang this up somewhere. And I hang it by this little loop piece. Shh, quit that. Okay. Oh, you see a person? No. So now notice that before it was physical pressure or physical punishment. Now it's spatial pressure. And I can start converting that to social pressure. No. And as I go, the idea is that you get less chances. How did I do that last time? I think it was like that. Yeah, and then on my last loop, I stuck it through there. Okay. Yep. I'm just crazy. I'm crazy. There we go. I got my little handle there. Good. All right. Nice job. A little acceptance there. Got that yawn finally. All right. Good girl. No. Very good. And it's not super hot, but it's very sunny. So I'm going to get this out of the sun. We're going to just move down here to the green area. Got my little handle. I'm holding the leash in a completely unstructured fashion because she's actually doing pretty good. So I don't have my typical leash grip here. But as she decides that she wants to pull or forge, I don't give her a level 1 correction. I give her a level 2 correction. Easy. But I give her a chance to predict and control it by using easy, by giving her quiet, a marker. No, stop. There we go. Look at these clouds. These are wild. Hopefully they're actual clouds from God and not from some airplane. No. So notice how the arousal is already spiking here. I'm gonna go grab some poop bags. And there's a guy with a dog up here. So we're gonna respect their space really nicely. Give a little wave. Nice job. And I'm gonna grab some poop bags and set up my tripod. So we're gonna come to a stop, and when I do, she should do what? She should come to a sit, even if we're in the grass. She's gonna stare at that little boxer for a second, probably. I'm gonna take my long lead and hang it just on the arm of the tripod. All right, get some bags, and then you can run around for a second. Say hi, boxer pup. You see the boxer? You see that pop up? That's a good girl. All right, you need to go potty? You need to go potty? Come on, let's go run. All right, go run. Free. Free, free, go, go, go. Good girl. Good job. Collar. She needs to go poop, so I'm going to give her a chance to do that. Good girl. It's kind of dead. Billy, come. Yes. Do you need to go poop? You go poo poo? Good girl. She had to pee. As soon as she's done peeing, I'm going to recall her. Millie, come. Tap. Yep. Non-negotiable, ma'am. Yes. Good. No. No. Come here. There we go. Gotta listen, okay? Free. There we go. She sees a person. No. Yep. Don't go on the road. She didn't step on the asphalt, but she was thinking about it, and I was just providing a little guidance there. So we're at a 4, which is half of what we were at before when I used this particular unit. So that would be like a 9 on the, yeah, go run, on the Garmin, which is not super high, by the way. But the whole idea is that sensitizing the way up. Check it all out, girly. Hi. So I kind of want a balance of letting her go free and zoom around and use the bathroom and things, and also being able to call her when there's a distraction. So I'm specifically kind of waiting for times where there is a distraction. I don't actually think I'm going to need her long leash. She just laid down. Good job, Mama. Just cooling off a little bit. This is unheard of. I mean, literally, I haven't had this happen but maybe 2 or 3 times, so that's good. Good emotional regulation. Look at that good girl. She just seems very, very calm. Oh, there it is. Yeah. You like laying in the grass there? Yeah. Nice job. This is the first time we've been able to actually do this, which is telling me that it is working. If I'm not mistaken, this is like right at the 2-week mark. So when I tell clients that it takes about 2 weeks to have all of the reduction in the behaviors that I was seeing before, and then at 4 weeks it's a completely different dog, and this is proving my point that she's just choosing things on her own that just makes sense for a calm, well-regulated dog. Good girl. Yeah, I'm taking it off the mess. There. I took it off. See? I took it off. That's your reward. Free. Go in. Good job. I'm going to hang this on the tripod. Let you go run around a little bit. I'll go out there with you. Come on. You want to go run? Yeah, good girl. Go run. Really? Yeah, come on. Good girl. No. How's it going? Good. Good girl. Hi. Got your butt. Got your butt. Yeah. Nope. Good girl. Run, run, run. Very nice. Millie, come. Yes. Good girl. Good job. No. Oh, careful, 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 careful. Easy. You just totally whacked me. Free. Go run. Yes. Very good. You need to go poop? You haven't pooped yet. You go poo poo? She said, is this okay how far away I am? Good. She see that little sidewalk right there. Millie, come. No. Millie, come. She has to poop. Come on. I'm also doubting. Yes, good girl. I'm also doubting how far this is going, and I think she's testing it a little bit. Go poop. Go potty. It seems like you need to go. Go poo poos. You go poo poos? Hi. Hi, baby girl. Yeah, I know she needs to go. She's probably going to give me about 10 more seconds and she'll start. But that was really good. The lady that's across the field right now walked past and she didn't try to approach her or anything. She just kind of knows that this is like her little play area. Go rest. Yeah, go rest. Nice job. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's what I want right there. Nice job. There's a guy with a dog that just walked past. Sit. Good. All right. Very nice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take her leash. I'm just going to clip it to her flat collar here. I'm just going to give her a little rub down. There we go. All these muscles in here super tight. You can see that gathering of the skin. There we go. You can see her skin kind of gather up. So watch as I press down here. Right about here. See that gathering? Very nice. And she's going to lay down and learn to just be still. No. Stop. That's my finger. Stop. Don't do that. Don't bite. Be nice. Look at that little tummy. That's a nice girl. Notice I go right back to petting. Oh, get that little rubby scrubby. Scrubby dubby doo doos. Free. Come on. You can run. All right, let's walk on back. We didn't need the long leash today. No. Good job. It's an interesting choice. I'm just going to let them do what they're doing. Notice I didn't have to do this any kind of crazy interruptions or anything. Yeah, people are watching you and how good you're doing. No. All right. You ready? There's a little girl and her dad walking over there to the pool, and she's just kind of checking them out. But yeah, sometimes things are just not our business, huh? And that's okay. All right, I'm just going to walk away real quick. Just give her some distance and see what she does here. Good girl. Good job, Mama. Good girl. sky looks really cool. You go potty? Good girl. Hi. Yeah. A little zoomy time. There's a worker across the street over there, the Spectrum guy. So she's stalking a little bit here. She's staying in the boundary though. That's good. Good girl, Millie. She's just watching him. It's like it's her yard. No! I'm going up. No! Oh, that's sweet. She said hi. Say hi. Millie, come. She's about to get it right now. Millie, come. Come on. Get over here. Did you go say hi to someone? You better get over here. No, I didn't play with a 4 after that. I went up to, well, I thought I was on an 8. That was a 7. So I don't, if she breaks it, no, don't do it. Thank you for being sweet though. That guy was very understanding, and he didn't have to be. He could have been like, you need to put your dog on a leash, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he would have been right too. That's the only thing I don't like about shock collars is the dependability of the when I press it stems is off. And I don't like that. That's the only reason, the only tool is as far as e-collars go that I will spend money on is the Dogtra ARC. It's the advanced system. I really like it. It's the Dogtra ARC. The only other one that I typically recommend other than that is the e-collar technologies mini educator, because it's the only other one that I haven't had any issues out of. Good girl. Millie, come. Yes. Millie, come. No. Get over here. Come here. You better come on. Good girl. Come here. Good girl. All right, free. Go poop. She's acted like she's needed to go poop this whole time, but she just refuses to go. Do you need to go poo-poos? Are you tired? She said, I kind of want to poop in my own yard, and we're really close. Hi. Just letting people pass by. I'm going to walk away for a second. See what she does here. She pooted just now. From all the way over here, I could hear it. So I know she needs to go. Go poo-poos. Maybe she's just nervous with the leash on. Come here. Millie, come. Yes. I'm going to take your leash off real quick. Come here. I'm just going to take it off. Here, go poop. You go poo-poos? Go poop. It's kind of funny how these little sprinklers work. You can always tell where the sprinkler head is because it has this little star shape where the grass is pushed away. So that was, for me, when she crossed the road over there, that should have been like a huge penalty. I rolled it up, I pressed, but nothing happened. And that is the only thing that pisses me off about a shock collar is that they're just less quality, you know? Even the Garmin, I mean, from time to time I'll press the button and she's not receiving any stem. So that's my only equipment concern as of right now with the equipment that we're working with is, hi. And admittedly, I brought this to the table today. It's one that a client gave. I just hate the bulkiness of the Garmin. It's just so big and clunky. All right, you ready to go back? All right, come here, turkey. Come here, Millie. Good girl. Come here. Oh, she said, I'm just going to collapse right here. Hi, baby. Yeah. Yes. And what happens a lot too is notice when I get really close to her like that, she usually tries to put her mouth on my hands. It tells me that in times in the past where someone's gotten frustrated, I won't say who, where she has put her teeth on someone's hands, and then she's probably gotten lots of pressure, but not a whole lot of punishment for when she does it. So there's lots of pressure and grabbing and frustration and yelling at her, but not a whole lot of just pop her on the nose and get on with it. All right, let's go. Easy. Notice how I do a lot of different mixtures of how I use the equipment so that she's ready for any combination. The prong collar right now is clipped to my long leash, not on her. And I'm just clipped to the flat collar here. Usually anything that the leash is attached to should be up by her throat, kind of up behind her ears and under her jawline. But I just want to see with every combination of equipment how she'll do. And that's why I'm not super picky about it when I see clients doing it. It's just different seasons, you know? So going through acclimation, conditioning, combinations, and corrective phases. Sometimes I'm going corrective, sometimes I'm just teaching her how to turn it off as pressure. So sometimes I'm trying to fade it out, you know? Yeah. Awesome job, mama. Easy. Pop. Sometimes I use my hands to correct, sometimes I use my feet. Free. Nice job. Killed it. Totally awesome. All right, let's go. Okay. Nice job. Little doorway control action here. I am getting a little peckish. I need to go eat some lunch. Good girl. No. No. Nice. All right, go ahead. Nice. Very good. Very good. Happy, happy girl. Yeah. Oh my gosh, what a good girl. She did freaking awesome today. That was beautiful. Like I start actually seeing her go lay down like in the shade. Like that's very, very uncommon, you know? Like you can just kind of tell that she's just like, okay, cool. Like this is just how things are supposed to go. So this is one thing that I haven't tried yet, Millie Place, is sending her back to place after we come back from like a walk or something. And like I went out there, there was a moment where there was a guy that looked kind of like me walking across the street, and she was like following the edge. It's on video, so you'll see it, but it's following the edge of the little uh the grassy area. Did not care, didn't want to cross the street. Well, eventually she did cross the street, and I went down to stem and she didn't respond, and I went up to an 8 and she finally responded. By that time she's across the street getting pets by the guy, so she's getting reinforced at that point. And I'm like, oh geez, I don't want to correct her while he's petting her so that he doesn't get freaked out that she's trying to bite him. No. Yep, right back to there. And that's as high as this goes. So yeah, sometimes she gets up to that where you're like, I gotta give her full power. Yeah. The thing that I don't like about a shock collar, including the Garmin, is that I cannot always rely on when I press the button, you're getting stemmed, because it's just a different type of technology. Like it's just not as good as an e-collar. So I mentioned when I was recording the video too that the only e-collar that I use is the Dogtra ARC, because I've not had one single instance where I tap the button and the dog isn't feeling exactly what I want them to feel. And I like it because I can really hone it in for no place.
Huh. And you think she was like going up to that guy because she didn't talk with you, or
It doesn't matter why. She was interested and she wanted to say hi. And she thought there's some reinforcement over there. Before, she would have barked at the guy. You know, she would have been like super reactive. It would have freaked him out. But I wanted her to have a moment where she was like, hi, stranger. And the guy literally could have been mad. Like he could have been upset. He's on a phone call, he's taking a walk. He doesn't want some dog walking up to him, you know? And he didn't say anything. I just kind of waved at him to show him, like, hey, I do have control of the dog. By the time that she crossed the street again, I said, don't do that. And I gave her a stem and she got right back to me again. But it was just one of those things where it kind of ticked me off a little bit with the equipment, because I was like, ugh, it drives me nuts because I'm just not used to not getting what I want when I press the button, you know? And it did that a couple times with the Garmin, where I was like sitting there going tap, 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 nothing. Like, and it was tight. It was like, and so I can't stand that. It drives me a little crazy because to a certain degree, every case is kind of like an experiment, right? So like you have things that are known and you have things that are unknown. And you have, it's like in science, right? You have your sample and you have your control. If you take a COVID test, that little C is your control. So it says, is the test working, right? And I have to know, yes, the test is working, meaning everything that's under my control, I'm controlling. So to your point with structure in the home, right? If you leave her unsupervised, she goes into the crate. Why is that? Because, and this is probably the biggest difference in arousal that I've seen at any point in the training, is from the time that I on Friday to now, right? Because of the systemic control of the environment. So, for example, if she was living at my house, every time I'm not supervising her directly, every time I leave, she's in there. If she has to go outside, then I have to have her on the leash to do that. So that's why I see such a huge drop in all cause disobedience, is dogs immediately are under control. I'm not leaving any room for error. And then as I start to progress through the board and train or through the stay and train process, I can start to relax some of those things. No. And notice before I showed her where to go, by using the command. Now I'm just saying no. She's getting a punishment off of the placemat, so it's kind of like the floor is lava type situation, and she's choosing the redirection on her own. So that's how I know that the dog understands that this is a punishment of you breaking the position that I put you in. So people will ask me, well, is it fair that you don't really tell them to stay? And I'm like, yes, because I taught them that I hold you here with food until, and if you get up, you get a punishment, right? So it's both sides of the coin. So there's just as much trust, there needs to be at least just as much trust that I'm going to continue to come back and pay you, as that I'm going to continue to punish you if you get off. Okay, so that's why I don't use stay, is that I teach the behavior of stay progressively through the whole board and train. That's really all that the board and train is teaching the dog that when I send you to a position, that you're not free until I personally release you. Does that make sense? So building, it's much more complicated than that. The thing is, people will hold this dog here with stay, 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 stay. It's pressure. It's social pressure that is just has to keep on going. That's annoying as crap. You know, like I don't want to have to hold the dog there. I want her to hold herself there. And the only way that she learns to self-regulate that is through punishment. That's why going to that place of punishment, I can actually take off the amount of pressure and involvement at all, like that I'm using. Very good. Okay. Very good. Nice job. There you go. And then I'll take off the e-collar. Notice how she kind of fights a little bit when there's that pressure. She's learning today that we don't need to put our teeth on me. Good girl. Check it out. And I'll let the dog lick the e-collar and lick the prong collar as I'm taking it off. It's kind of like developing an association. Good girl. Nice. No. Now she's realizing, oh, it's not about the e-collar. It's about the behavior, right? And that's where I was mentioning this in the video too on the way back, is that if I want to have a really complete program, I really need the dog to understand that, hey, if I'm walking back and I don't have the prong collar connected, you're still expected to be in heel. I'm going to still punish you, right? For example, there's times that I'll put the prong collar up here, then the e-collar, then the flat collar. Usually I tell people attach the leash to the collar that's the furthest on the top, right? Today, I intentionally attached it down here to proof her behaving for me while it was in the wrong position. Because what's going to happen is you guys at some point are going to clip it up wrong, right? So that's the depth of the board and train that I do. Is the huge difference is most people would say that this dog is finished, right? Because she's had 2 solid weeks of on and off leash obedience. This would be what you would get. But she's doing great. She's doing awesome, but she's not quite there yet, right? So like what we want is we want all the positional obedience, but also all the behavior to be in the right place. So what she's demonstrating is pretty powerful because it says, just like I said, in 2 weeks, you'll see a massive drop in all of the behaviors that she's doing. The nonstop barking all the time, too rough in play, not really having boundaried play, putting her teeth on your skin, etc. If from the very beginning the structure would have been right, she would be there, right? But at least with the obedience, we can start to see where we're getting exactly, in the biological fulfillment, we're getting exactly what we need, right? So over the next week, you're going to see where she should have been today, right? Just from the systemic, putting her in the crate, and 2, I think having her at, where for a week of just kind of being able to bark whenever she wanted to, I think that was a problem too. So I think that we're going to see a massive, she's going to mature a lot. She's going to start offering behaviors that we're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she just did that. Like going and laying down on the floor, is a huge deal. Now I'm going to disconnect the leash. Notice that all we're doing is removing a tools bias. No? So as soon as she gets up, I go, nope, pop, and then I disconnect it again. So she goes, it's not about the tools, it's about the behavior. So she starts to isolate. Oh, okay. So he's going to make sure that there's a punishment possible either way, even if I have to put it actually back on her again. All right, free. Good job. Good job. You can get up now. Very nice. Very good. And she's a different dog. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. I love you. I do. I think you're so cool. You're such a cool girl. You're becoming the best Millie. Yeah, Millie 7.0. Yeah, gentle. There you go. See, you don't have to bite. You can also lick. There you go. You like that? That's a cool girl. Another thing that I did today that I haven't been able to do yet is to give her a good rub down. During those times that she's just getting super relaxed and she's like laying down in the shade, just giving her like a deep pressure all the way down the spine type of massage, and you'll see all of the tension will knot up on her spine, and it'll kind of move towards your hand. That's how you know she really needs this. So you just give her like a rub right down her spine, and you keep doing that until she lays down, and then you keep going. You rub her shoulders, you rub her haunches. And what happens there is she can't do that herself. Like sometimes dogs will like wiggle in the grass and stuff, but they really need that deep pressure, just like rub down, And two, it's also, so don't make your hand a lure. Turn your hand into, I'm going to keep doing this either way. If you bite me, then I'm going to just pop you. That's it. So notice how you're moving your. That wasn't hard enough, but yeah. So notice how you keep moving your hand away. Don't do that, because then you're making her chase your hand. Okay. There you go. Perfect. There you go. Now slowly and lightly, just give her some rubs there, and then when she does that, rear back and pop the crap out of her. Very good. You notice how some battles you don't actually end up having to fight because she's starting to realize, oh, you're just trying to pet me. If you make your hand move away, though, that's turning your hand into prey. It's the play sequence. It's possession games. It's making it run. And when you make it run, it's a rabbit, it's a squirrel. I have to go get it, But she understands it so clearly that I think we did maybe 3 minutes of play out here on the porch in the proper environment. That's something that she had trouble in the beginning knowing if that was something that she did in here or out there. But you notice how she offered her haunches there. Her butt is very tense. She needs you to do that. So don't make your hand run away. Pop her, punish her. No. There you go. Now go straight back to petting again. There you go. Say, come here. Grab her collar for a second. There you go. You can tell that back end, and then just, yeah, right there. Perfect. You notice how she wants it, but it hurts. Yeah. It's like, oh, ow, it hurts, but I need it. Gentle. And when she puts teeth on, you can tell her no. There you go. Good girl. You need that. That's good. And then give her a couple pats and then tell her free. Good job. Good job. No. Don't move your hand away. So when she mouths at the hand, make the hand into a weapon. Because she has to understand you've got to respect my hands. Mm-hmm. Sit. Notice that the position that we're in right now. Good girl. Mm-hmm. Submission. Now I can redirect her to place, and she immediately knows exactly what to do. Isn't that wild? Yeah. So now my hand I can actually use it as a tool because she understands how to respect it. She understands where it fits in the equation. It's not a lure. It's not something that you can put in your mouth. It's not a toy. It's something that can punish you, right? It's my first tool. If I don't teach her how to use this, how am I supposed to teach her how to obey the leash or the collar or the e-collar, Free? Good job. Come here. Yes, come here. Good girl. Notice how she's kind of give that little submissive twist? Yeah. Very nice. You understand it. Good girl. Yeah. I'm growing my nails out just to scratch your butt. Oh, yes. Oh, that's a good girl.
She didn't mind it. She was
good job.
What the hell is going on?
Yeah, you like that. Good job. You're so cute. All right. I gotta go, baby girl. What a sweet girl.